So let's go ahead and make this live. Cool. So, well, welcome. First of all, thanks for everybody that's like interested in, kind of what we're doing here. This is sort of like, I've been doing online coaching for a while, and I've done group coaching in person for a really long time as well. And now that we opened the gym, like that's solely what I do is sort of the semi-private, group coaching, which Gracia and David have been a part of a little bit too as well. But rolling it out into the online platform is kind of something that I really want to do because I think it'll help more people basically. And so when you reached out to me, Toya, about like, hey, like, is there a way to do this with a group of people? I was absolutely like, yes, absolutely. Let's do this. Cause all I've been doing is the online one-on-one, like I said, or the in-person thing. And I had a whole bunch of plans to do this at one point anyway. So you guys get to sort of be the beta test group. That sounds scary for a lot of folks because they're like, oh, great, I'm the trial run. But really what I want to do with this is jam pack it with as many resources and as much value as I possibly can to figure out what things work, what things don't work. Like if there's too much stuff for people where they get overwhelmed, and I know whether to like pull it back or only give that stuff to people that are like, yeah, I want to do this, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you've ever been a part of something where there's like so many, it's like going to a restaurant where there's so many options on the menu, you don't even know what to eat and you get overwhelmed by it. Like, I don't want to overwhelm you guys with that stuff, but I want to know, like I said, what'll work and what stuff that, maybe almost doesn't work, you know what I mean? Because it's too many options, if you will. So part of the process with this is also going to be getting feedback from you guys every month. So every month, what I'll do at the end of a training block, I'm going to send out a questionnaire of like, what went well for you? What didn't go well? How are you feeling moving into the next training phase? Is there something you really want to focus on? And we'll pose those questions to the group as well. And then also like get an idea of what are the resources that you're really taking a lot of advantage of and what are some of the things that we haven't used as much, so that I can either enhance those things or be like, all right, let's dial back on that and instead give you something else that maybe works a little bit better for you. Does that make sense? Cool. All right. So I got this little rinky dink slideshow that I'm going to run through with everybody real quick if you guys are cool with that. We'll go ahead and do a quick screen share. I'm loving using the Zoom platform now finally here. All right. So this is the intro to the Lift Positive. I feel ridiculous saying this, but this is the online group fitness and nutrition coaching program. And ideally what we want to do is combine both, the fitness and the nutrition coaching for people that want it or need it. I know some people feel super comfortable with their own nutrition and it's like sort of one of those things that they're real dialed in on, and that's awesome. And you can keep doing that and I'll support you in any way that I can. But for those of you that want a little bit of guidance or a little bit of help with it, I'll be putting out like kind of nutrition, habit stuff that we can do with the group, as well as, like I said, little nutrition weekly lessons and things like that too, to help people. So depending on what level of like, dialed in you are with your nutrition, ideally this will be pretty beneficial for you. So sort of like what I want to go over with the online group coaching, sort of like what it actually is, why I think group coaching works better for training than most, traditional programs do. It's funny because Sabrina, I was looking through your questionnaire and you were like, group coaching is the thing that works for me for sure. And I'm like, I couldn't agree more, which is why I do it at my own gym, and then sort of some of the things that we're going to do that are a little bit more unique. So like the coaching app that we're going to use, the way that we're going to use the Facebook like community page, which is like a private page for you guys. And I'm sure some of you have used like Facebook group pages. I know like David, for example, you did our kind of quarantine Facebook page. And by the way, I owe you a t-shirt for that 1x5 check-in challenge. So
Great,
hold me to
thanks.
that. Don't let me forget about that.
Okay.
And you guys, by the way, you guys will be getting some free swag from me as well too, as part of the group, as part of the beta test if you decide to do it. And then sort of what's included in your group coaching program, and then obviously the thing that most people are going to be, want to know about it, which is the monthly cost of the membership. So just basically like what is group coaching? It's a system of training and nutrition where like a coach would basically send out a training program to their client, or a nutrition program, and when it's a group style, it would be something where there's very similar templates for people based on what their goals are or, what they're trying to achieve. So, we have, let's say it was a weight loss group or something like that. Most of the training templates and the nutrition programs would be geared directly towards weight loss. For other people, if it's strength training or fitness competitions or whatever, everything would be sort of dialed in with that. But these would be things that you would be doing on your own versus one-on-one with a coach, or virtually, where like I'd be looking at you through the screen, giving you feedback in real time. So like I said, it's not in person, but group coaching, people, like, you have the freedom to kind of do your workouts in the time frame that works for you, which is sort of the benefit of the online thing versus having a scheduled appointment all the time, like if it was one-on-one or a live stream video or something like that, where you only have access to it then. The benefits of group coaching, obviously I think the thing that usually gets most people's attention right off the bat is the cost of it is significantly less than, what in-person training costs, which can be like $100 to $200 an hour for coaching, or even what just like one-on-one individualized, online coaching is for people. And we do a lot of that as well too. Like I said, like that's sort of been my primary online thing. But I think the group coaching program will work a little bit better, especially based on, when we have a group of people that have similar desires for what they want to do. And then we're going to break it up. Like I said, in the program, I'll get into it a little bit later, but we'll break it up based on also what people have access to. So I know some people are like, I'm at home, I'm not leaving home. Like I can't go to the gym and I don't have access to a whole lot of equipment in my house. Cool. We got a program for that. I got some people who are like, I have sort of like the makings of a home gym. I got a kettlebell, a couple dumbbells, resistance bands, things like that. Cool. I got a program for that. And then obviously if you're somebody that can go to the gym and you want to work out and have full access to stuff, we've got a program for that one as well too. And we'll get feedback from you guys at the end of the call of sort of like what group you fall into. So I'll have an idea of how to go about assigning training programs to each one of you. Other benefits of group coaching, like obviously the group camaraderie, which anybody who's done any kind of group work before, like you just have other people that are going through the same thing with you, which makes it fun, especially when you're interacting on the Facebook group, or if you guys start a thread to talk about how shitty of a coach I am or anything like that. And whatever it is, like I said, it's one of those benefits, like the environment and the community becomes a lot of fun. You've also got group accountability, which is a big thing for a lot of people. So not only will you have the accountability of me knowing, okay, I checked off the workout in the app, I did the workout today, and Rob's going to see that I did it, or he's going to see that I didn't do it. You'll know that, like, you don't want to let the other people down in the group that you're participating in, which often helps like just keep adherence at a much higher level for folks. And then you got the group support, you know what I mean? So like if things are tough, you can post that in the group and be like, hey, look, I'm looking for suggestions with, how to cook a healthier meal or get more vegetables in my diet. Or maybe it's like, I really got to dial in my macros for somebody who's a little bit more advanced and I need ideas for meals that'll help me hit these certain thresholds or whatever. And you can post those to the group, like I said, and we can kind of like build upon that, give each other that support that we need, and also the advice that we might need too. And then the most important thing, like, again, besides the cost thing, is that group coaching just generally across the board has significantly higher success rates, probably because of all of these factors, even than one-on-one coaching. Like I said, that's where I started, obviously, like most coaches do, in one-on-one personal training. And I've had a lot of people come and go, and I've had a lot of people make a lot of great success, but I've also had a lot of people who do it for a little while and then burn out. And I think a part of that is really that, look, as much as I think I'm a really fun person to be around, like, I'm sure I get boring, you know what I mean? Like, and there's a point where it's like, okay, well, we're going to count reps and talk about the day or whatever it is, because we got to fill time. And with group coaching, that's just not the thing. And especially when it's online, because like I said, you can kind of do this at your pace or at your frequency. So what we're going to do that's a little bit unique about, how we're going to do this is we have an app called True Coach that we're going to use. Where you'll be able to log in to the app on your phone. You're going to be able to see the exact workout of the day that you have, and exactly what stuff to do. Inside the app, like I said, everything is located in the one app. With the app, you're going to have video instruction of me coaching you through specifically how to do every warm-up exercise, all of the exercises of the workout, as well as just any explanations that you might need of like, what does this mean or what does that mean? And then even exercises for the cool downs. The workouts themselves, and I'll get to that in a second, but the workouts themselves too are going to be set up so that, like, I've got a 6-day program for pretty much everybody here. That being said, I know that working out 6 days a week for everybody is a lot. For most people, it's a lot. Some people love to work out 6 days a week. And if you're that person, like, we got a plan for you. However, we set it up so that there's days that are sort of mandatory days and optional days. So it's okay to miss one of those optional days. The idea would be that we at least get in those 3 big workouts through the program. And then the other days, like I said, those can be things where you can skip them. You can do something else if you want to swap it out for something else. Like I said, or you can do the one that's prescribed for you. And then the other benefit of the app, or one of the other benefits of the app, is that you can message directly with me through the app. So you don't have to, like, you can text me and email me or whatever, but if you shoot me a message right through the app, it goes directly to my phone. Like, I'll be able to answer any questions, even if it's like, hey, I'm not sure how this exercise looked. Can you take a look at it? Because one of the features is you can video yourself, upload it to the app, and I can see it. And I can give you feedback and coaching on that stuff as well, too. So again, like communication through the app versus all the other stuff, it's just way more streamlined. And then we have daily progress check-ins with that as well too. So you can mark off that you got the workout in, and it'll let me know, like I said, if you don't get it done, not a problem at all. But I get updates as well. So like if there's like, oh man, Toya, you missed a whole week of workouts, I can reach out right away. Like I get the heads up and like, hey, what's going on? I just want to make sure everything's cool. Like, did I forget that you were on vacation, or is something else going on? And do we need to tweak the workouts for you specifically too? Like maybe the grouping that we're in, or the exercises themselves are taking too long, or are, not the right fit for you or whatever. I can then adjust that stuff to make sure that we can stay a little bit more compliant too with it, and make sure that you guys are getting the success that you want out of it. And then it'll also send you reminders of the workouts that need to be completed. So like if you've missed it a couple of days, it'll send a notification to your phone, be like, hey, it's been 3 days since you got your workout in. What do you say we get workout B in, or whatever it is, So like I said, you'll get a little heads up with that stuff as well too. Then we're going to be launching, like I said, a private Facebook group community here. So this will be just for anybody that's in the group. This is where we can communicate with one another. Like I said, we can share weekly nutrition, fitness, mindset group lessons. And mindset's another thing. Anybody that's worked with me before is something that I talk about a lot. I think it's one of those things that sounds kind of new age, like hokey or whatever, but there's a lot of things that can really change because we just like approach our exercise or nutrition or whatever with a different mindset. That's sort of the building block for everything else. And it's a lot of little things that will start to compound and kind of build momentum for you. So we'll talk a lot about that in the group, along with, like I said, weekly nutrition lessons and weekly fitness lessons as well too, to try to help make sure that you guys are getting the most out of it. But I also want it to be a space where you guys can communicate with each other too. So it's not just like, I don't want it to just be a thing where it's like, it's just me posting stuff, and you feel like you can't post your own thing. Like, I want you guys to share anything and everything in that group that you think the other group, the rest of the group would benefit from. Even if it's something stupid like a fitness meme that you just saw, that was really funny, of this, dog doing bicep curls or whatever. Like, if it's going to give people a little, like a laugh or whatever, share it in the group. Like, I want it to be something that we really kind of build together. And it's also a spot where you can ask questions for people, get feedback of things. So maybe you didn't send me a video in the app, but you're like, you know what, maybe I'll share the video of myself doing these push-ups on the Facebook group and see what other people can give me feedback on as well, or anything that I'm struggling with. And then the other thing is too, like I said, like, while I won't be hosting like necessarily Zoom workout virtual things or anything like that, it's totally something where you guys could do that yourself, set that up. And I'm more than happy, like, if I've got the free time, to guide you through like an actual live, Zoom workout as well too, obviously. So if people go, you know what, I got like Friday at 2:00 open, does anybody else want to do a workout together? And you're in the sort of the same thing, you've got that. You can set up a Zoom meeting together, or I'll set it up for you. And you guys can literally work out together like workout buddies, even though you're kind of in different areas of, the state, the country, whatever. And then we'll share files with the group too. So this is another spot, like, most people I'm sure will be using the app. But if it's something that you'd rather just literally have a printout or something like that, what I'll also do is put up PDFs of all of the workouts in the Facebook group, so you can see those things too. And you could literally print that out if you want, or just have access to the other ones. So maybe you're starting off and, gyms aren't open where you are, and you're kind of doing the at-home, like, minimal workout stuff. But then all of a sudden, the gym opens up and you feel comfortable going into the gym. You'll be able to switch from one program to the other, and then you can start right away and just shoot me a message saying, hey, Rob, switch me to that all gym in the gym workout program. And I can do that on the fly, but at least you're not waiting for me to make sure I make that switch, you know? Which, I mean, I'll be really responsive. I want to be clear. Like, I'm going to be on it the whole time as quick as possible, but, you know, I don't want anything to hold you guys back is the idea. And then we'll also be posting all the weekly coaching call recordings on there, as well as the link for for joining the Zoom meeting. So it sounds like moving forward, I think this was probably the time that worked the best for the majority of people. So we're going to keep it as Thursday night coaching calls at 7:30. But if people miss the call, like I said, they can hop on and watch the recording of it as well on Facebook, and you'll be able to also join through that Zoom link. And the coaching calls are simply going to be like weekly recaps for you guys. We'll go over a couple little topics and things like that, but more than anything, it's just like what's going really well for everybody. What are people struggling with? How can I help? You know what I mean? Like those are the big things. So most of the calls will probably be anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes, like not super long, drawn out things. They can be as long as you need them to be or as short as you need them to be. But I just want to make sure that I give everybody like as much attention as they need through the weekly coaching call to help, you know, make sure that you guys are succeeding. And then you also get like individual coaching calls as well too, monthly. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So that's sort of like what's included. So you get a custom monthly training program. Those typically we go for like $199. And the same thing with a custom monthly nutrition coaching program, same deal. Exercise video feedback, again, that's something you can submit directly through the app. Normally I charge people when they want like feedback of an exercise or grouping of exercises, I should say, about $29 for that time. And then we have our weekly coaching calls, which is about a $60 value. Again, we're doing that in a group. Obviously instant access to me through the communication app, which again, like if people ask for that when we do the online coaching, that's one of those things where like if they expect me to be responded, we add a $99 charge to that. And then I promise them, hey, whatever you send me, whatever message you send me, I'll get back to you literally within 6 hours, unless it's, you know, usually it's faster than that, but I say 6 hours, unless it's like you send it to me at like 10 o'clock at night, which it might be 8 hours till I wake up at 6 a.m. Monthly individual, like I said, one-on-one coaching calls as well are going to be included in this. So this is the time to like literally pick my brain about anything that you need help with at all moving forward. Those can be, again, as long as you need them to be. They can be 15 minutes, they can be an hour, whatever you need. We'll cover anything you need, whether it's macros, whether it's just nutrition stuff, whether it's, you know, tips for working out, whatever. How the idea is just, again, with that, how can I make sure that you guys are in the best spot to be successful? And then if there's roadblocks and things popping up, work getting crazy, whatever, we're missing workouts, how can I help you work around that stuff and tailor the program, even though it's sort of a group program, to your individual needs. And then we're going to include, like I said, the daily nutrition check-ins, daily workout check-ins, the private Facebook group, and then obviously weekly nutrition and fitness mindsets. Now, if you were to add all that stuff up, that's what the cost comes down to, is $634. There's no way I'm charging you guys $634 per month, so don't worry about that at all. Like, we're not anywhere near that price tag, and especially because you guys are our beta test group, like I really want to see what's going to work well. And like I said, so I'm trying to jam pack this with as much value as possible to see what's going to work. And then also to see if there's anything that needs to be tweaked, improved upon, or dialed back, like you said. So for you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to set it up for $199 a month. And that's a grandfathered rate. So as long as you're with us, that's what you'll pay. However, for the first month, we're going to give you $50 off the first month, as long as you commit to the 3 months of training. So if you're with us if you're with it for 3 months at least, which is the beta test group program, that 12 weeks, you'll get $50 off that first month. It'll be $149 and then $199 for the other months. If you cancel within that 3 months, that's fine. That's not a problem at all. You'll just get charged that extra $50 sort of as a cancellation fee, if you will. But, and I give the caveat of but here, and anybody that's worked with me knows this, I've never charged a cancellation fee before. I would happily waive that $50 cancellation or $50 off the thing. If you would just sit down and give me some feedback, like we could hop on a call together and chat a little bit about why it didn't work for you. So that, again, I get feedback of how to improve this. And like I said, then, you know, it'll still be that $149. So that's sort of the recap. Again, that's like I was saying, the discount will be applied initially and it'll only be charged back if you canceled, you know, before 3 months of completion. And like I said, and weren't willing to hop on a call, you're just kind of like, hey, this just doesn't work for me. I don't want to do it. I don't really want to chat about it. Okay, no problem. Like, no hard feelings. Like I said, we'll just charge you that $50 that we originally would have, which is the normal $140, the $199 and we kind of go from there. So that's sort of my quick thing. Obviously, we're going to start the program this Monday. So we want to get it kind of going for everybody. I have all the programs like ready to rock and roll for people. The catch is that if you haven't submitted the waiver or the questionnaire, I need you to get that done as soon as possible. If you, like I said, if you haven't had it, and you didn't even receive it yet or anything, I think I sent it to most of you because most of you had either inquired through Toya or through the email list that I sent out. But if you didn't, shoot me an email. My email is rob@liftpositivefitness.com. Shoot me the email. I will get it to you ASAP so you can fill it out as soon as possible, and then we'll wrap up the payment. You can do that through the app as well too, so that it's completed for Monday, and then we're ready to go. If the payment's not in on Monday, it's not the end of the world, to be totally honest. Like, I'm more than happy to roll out the program for people before they get in. Like, if there's a hiccup or we're waiting for a payday or anything like that, like, that's not a problem. I'm not a stickler about payment stuff at all. We just want to have it done at least by the end of the week so that I know for sure, like, we're committed and everything like that. So, that is my nickel presentation. I hope I stopped the screen share.
Yeah, you did.
Did I? All right, cool. I hope I did. Hold on one second. Here we go. All right. So this would be the time that I want to just actually ask you all what questions you have for me about the program, about the process, and field anything that I can. So you guys, anybody that's muted, you guys can all unmute yourselves. Thank you all for being so polite and muting yourselves. So most of the time I do a group call, that never happens. So
go ahead,
fire away.
Has taught me to always mute myself. So that sounds really great. I think the one question I have for the nutrition plans and then the workout plans, is it that, so is it basically, how detailed are they for, I guess, the first month as we're going through it? Because I know that, like, if we sent out that questionnaire, how detailed are the nutrition plans? And I guess we'll go into the workout stuff after.
Yeah. So the nutrition plans to start with, they're going to sort of begin with like just basic habit building coaching stuff. So it's going to be things that everybody can kind of do together, as opposed to it being like super, super specific things. So again, like Sabrina and Toya, I know you guys both did those fitness competitions together. Those are super, super detailed nutrition programs. And we can get into that too. If somebody sends me a request to do that, like, I am all in, I'll help with that. That being said, I found, again, the way that I've seen it work the best is by the group collectively kind of working on nutrition habits together. And whether it's something like we all decide on, hey, these are the one or the two things that we are going to rock every day for this week. So whether it's making sure, let's say, we're getting in enough water, or we're getting vegetables at every meal, or eating a lean source of protein, or whatever that kind of stuff is, we typically start there. Like I said, but people can reach out to me directly to help with any kind of like really detailed nutrition plans, and that's included as well too. I wouldn't want to roll out a super detailed program for everybody, being that we're going to all be on sort of different wavelengths with that stuff. So that's where I'll individualize it a lot for you all, if that's something you need.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. No, that does. Cool. I guess the next part is you had mentioned the difference between people that can go to the gym versus that can't.
Yes.
So when we first kind of start, is it kind of tailored to, hey, it's just me in the house by myself? Can't do very much in terms of anything other than like body weight exercises and cardio.
Yeah. So that's exactly what it is. So I have, like I said, we have a couple different group templates that are set up based on what people have access to. And so at the end of this call, I'm going to sort of just ask people, or I'll have you email me if you hop off the call early or anything like that. Like, what category would you fall into? Would you fall into this sort of like, I'm working out at home, very minimal equipment, I could maybe get my hands on a couple resistance bands, but that's about it. And in that case, cool, I've got the template ready to go for you. And when it comes to Monday, you'll actually have that specific program assigned to you. So all of the workouts will be things that you can do. You're not going to feel like you have to jump around trying to figure out what exercises they are. Like I said, so that program, like come Monday, Brandon, you will get it, and it'll literally be all stuff that you can do at home, body weight, or like I said, with a resistance band or something like that.
Okay.
And then if you're somebody, like I said, that maybe you've got a couple dumbbells or kettlebells at home, but you're not going into the gym, you just have a little bit more equipment than that. People can let me know, and then I'll assign that program to them. So there'll be sort of subcategories, if you will. Does that make sense? But each person will have that individual thing that they'll get. Cool?
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else have any other questions or anything like that? Nothing? Was my explanation really that good? I don't think it was that. I mean, I think it was good, but like, my gosh.
I had all my questions before.
So I was like, okay, this all sounds like familiar. I'm in familiar territory.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea is basically, like I said, like for those of you that have done some group coaching, you know, I'm trying to basically just take that platform and make it as interactive online as possible so we can get as much engagement as possible, because group coaching has just been so much more successful for people. And your level of, like I said, interaction with the group is totally dependent on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like it can be, you know, if you're somebody who really loves to be like super, you know, involved in a community or whatever, this is awesome for you. If you're somebody that's more a little bit like more laid back and you kind of almost want it to be like, all right, I want to do my thing. I want the support of the group to be able to ask questions of, but, you know, I don't necessarily need to be like pushed by a bunch of, you know, younger people or whatever. You have that interaction directly with me, and you can only interact with me if you choose, you know what I mean? So it's sort of up to you. We're trying to make it like a one size fits all as far as the demographic goes so that everybody can be successful.
Are you talking about me there, Rob?
Well, yeah, no, right? No, Dave, you're probably the most social person I know. I'm going to be honest. I love the fact that you're so social in the groups. Like, so we did, for anybody that was, I don't know if everybody's, like I said, I don't think everybody knows the Facebook page, but we did when COVID first hit, you know, for a lot of our members and or people that just like had stopped by the gym and come in for a trial, we launched a whole quarantine Facebook page. And the idea was like every day we would post we called it the 1x5 check-in. And it was Monday through Friday. We just tried to do one thing on this list of stuff, whether it was go for a walk, eat a healthy meal, practice some like just breathing drills, whatever. And David was one of the few people that for 3.5 months, every single day, checked that box. Like he crushed it and was also super supportive of everybody else in the group. Like anybody who posted something, he was like, awesome, good, way to go. So he's a rock star, which is why I keep saying I owe him a t-shirt. I have a big, you know, prize for anybody that kind of completed that. But like I was saying to you guys too, like I plan on rolling out a whole bunch of fun free swag for you guys too, which is why we grab your addresses and stuff. Should you join and care to wear my stuff? I'll try to make sure it's not too bad looking. Like I'm not the most stylish person, but I don't want it to be like, you know, too bad. So
as long as it has a picture of your face in the middle, then we're good.
Oh God, yeah, no, we're definitely not doing that. I promise you that much. We'll get a photo of my dog instead and put that up there. You know, the Rufus online coaching group. Well, does anybody else have any other questions about, you know, or anybody that missed anything? Maybe if you hopped on late at all. I know we've, I think it was Sweta and Janice. I think you both hopped on a little bit. Well, I don't know if you hopped on later or not, but let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, like about the program at all.
I like that we're opening our relationship with you calling me out for being late.
No. Call her out hard.
Oh boy.
I was so worried. I was texting her. I gave her so much shame. I was like, "Where are you? You're."
I'm only gonna say that I'm doing that because I can't actually see you. So if I had to say that to your face and literally look at your face, I wouldn't. I promise.
It's okay. My face looks like deep shame right now.
No.
Indian, so you know we really work that card hard. Is there any chance that we could get, are you going to email out the PowerPoint by any chance?
You know what? I got the whole thing recorded. So what I will do is I will post this recording on the Facebook page that I manage for the actual gym as well, which is just, if you go to Facebook and you search for Lift Positive Fitness, you'll be able to see that. That'll go out first thing in the morning. So you'll be able to see that all up there as well, and the whole PowerPoint from start to finish if you want.
Okay, got it. All right, perfect. And I know a few other people that are interested in something like this, but they're not super gung-ho about doing it with a group. Do I just give them your email address and
Yeah, you can shoot me. You can give them my email address, or you can, if you want to have them shoot me a message, or whatever the easiest way to do it is, and I can set them up with like individual style coaching and stuff. Is it, and I can chat with them more about it too, because I know for some people, like, it's maybe the actual dynamic of a group that can be a little intimidating for them. And if that's the case, like I said, they can still do all the workouts and interact as much or as little as they want. But if they're looking for more, like, I really like having just an individualized training program sent specifically for me, have them reach out to me, like I said, or you can reach out to me and connect us, and I can set them up with that as well too.
Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
Quick question. Do you have an Instagram page?
I do have an Instagram page. It's for Lift Positive Fitness. I don't have an Instagram page for the online group coaching program yet. But that's something that I'm actually thinking about doing if you guys are interested. And again, that would be a place where we could literally either post our own stuff and then tag the group in it. Or I can have you guys, when you submit videos, especially things that you're like, awesome, I crushed that set of, push-ups or whatever it is. Like I said, I can then post that and kind of brag about you guys as well too, because, again, with this being sort of a beta test group, like I was talking about, like, your success is, I'm going to be completely dependent on your success. And I want to make sure that you guys are successful, because then I can use you all as testimonials. And like I said, it's social proof of like, hey, this thing really, really works. Let's get more people involved in this program, or different subsets of this program as well too. Cool.
Cool.
All right. Right on. Anybody else have any other questions or anything like that? No?
If we have questions later, can we just email you, or how does that?
Of course you can. Of course.
All right.
You have Swetha, you have my email, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, let me do this. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set up a chat really quick. You guys will get all this, but what I'm going to have you do, and you can message me personally on this, or you can send it to the group, but I just want to know what category of program you kind of would fall into, if it's something that you're interested in, so that we can get you set up and I can kind of get the ball rolling as far as whether you'd be doing like at-home stuff, whether you'd be doing, stuff with a little bit of equipment at home, or you'd be going into the gym too. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to just kick off the chat here real quick. And that one that says at home, that's just like literally all I would be able to do is maybe buy some resistance bands. That's it. Cool. So you guys can, like I said, if you have any other questions, you can fire them away too. But what I'll just, like I said, wait for that chat so that you guys come in, you can enter whatever like category you might fall into. And then we can kind of go from there. I also have a link too, for anybody that might be interested in like, okay, I don't have anything at home, but I do want to get my hands on some resistance bands. Cause I would say that would be something that would probably be really beneficial for anybody, even if you're doing just the regular minimal equipment at home workouts. There was a set of resistance band, like a ton of resistance bands, a jump rope, everything you could possibly think of, even handles that came with it that I saw on Amazon for like $20 or $30. So I'll send that. I'll actually, you know what? I might even be able to post that link in the group here. If I can do that, then you guys will have access to that as well too, but I'll also email it out to people. Here we go. So this is the link for those Amazon things I saw. Oh, nope. I sent that just to one person. Sorry about that. Hold on. So like I said, that's the link for all the like different Amazon equipment. It's not like an affiliate thing I get or anything. It's just literally, I did a search to try to find out like where the best quality for least expensive stuff is. And like I said, those came back to like $20 or $30, but it included everything you could possibly ever think of wanting as far as resistance bands go. Which would be a good start, like I said, for anybody that was thinking about doing the at-home like minimum equipment, because we'll want a couple different resistances for the resistance band workouts. But it is something, like I said, that will benefit people a lot too. So we got one person's got some equipment in it with them. Anybody else that's got either any equipment, no equipment, or is going to be going into the gym at all? Okay, cool. So you'll have like a whole gym, Sabrina, right? You said? All right, cool. Awesome. Awesome. And then Dave, you're at home. Perfect. Awesome. And Brandy, I think you were saying you were at home primarily, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just bad at Zoom. Don't
Oh,
mind
you're
me.
good, man. Don't worry. Especially if you're trying to do it through your phone or something like that. You got to do like 7 different things. Awesome. Awesome. And Gracia, yeah, like you said, you're at home. So just like not really any equipment or anything like that. So I would definitely check out the link for those resistance bands too. If that's not something that you can do or you're, like I said, it's tough to get those bands. Gracia, I know you're kind of local. You can swing by the gym and I can hand you a couple, resistance bands as well if you need them. And David, same thing for you too. Like if you need help getting your hands on some bands, and getting them from Amazon isn't something you can do. Like, let me know. Like I said, we have resistance bands at the gym too.
So, like I'm seeing those, and those look like they would work. It's saying that the earliest I would be able to get the bands might not be until like the 28th.
Oh no, dude! This morning I clicked. This is what happens with Amazon. I'm sorry. This morning I literally clicked on it. And it said it would arrive tomorrow. If
I
you
think it's
ordered it.
location because
Okay.
mine says Saturday, August 22nd. So that's because that's a Texas thing, I think.
The other
so
thing
crazy.
too, I mean, so that's an example of like a bunch of different things that you could grab. Don't worry about it being that specific thing. If you go on Amazon and just do a search for resistance bands, the things that you'd really want, there's sort of 2 different types of bands that you'll want. You'll want those really big, long, circular ones that you'll see that are kind of going from like thin to thicker in diameter. And then there's some smaller resistance bands that would like be ones that you would put around like your ankles or your knees. Those 2 things would really be the kind of big go-gets. And I would actually say that more importantly would be the larger bands, because we could always take those larger bands and kind of loop them around a couple times if we needed to in a pinch or something like that.
So don't mind me. It's just
No, you're good.
I wasn't signed in. It was like, oh, it'll arrive tomorrow, so I just got them. No worries.
Oh, all right, perfect. Okay, cool. So then, so like I said, it'll ship, depending on where you're at and everything like that too. But, cool. Anybody else have any other questions at all, or anything I can answer for them about the program? Does it sound something like pretty interesting to you guys?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Even though I have access to the gym, so I'm still at HealthWorks.
Yeah.
And I know they're doing I have to basically register
Yes.
before I go in, but I haven't actually gone in.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's possible to do like a mix. Like if I don't know if that exists where I if I need to go to the gym, if it's something where like I have to use the gym, then like I can always register and try to figure out like what that looks like.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not far from them, but I do have, like I said, so I have like a treadmill here at home, but I haven't used it in a couple of years, so I'll probably test it out.
No worries.
Just to make sure it works. I do have like a treadmill and some resistance bands and some weights here.
Okay.
So I guess I could do like a combination. I guess
Yeah.
like a combination of both.
Absolutely. So here's what I'll do, Sabrina. I would say, you can kind of pick which one you want to do. You could either do like the sum equipment kind of thing where it's like you got access to like dumbbells or kettlebells and resistance bands, like you said. And then, or you could do the gym workout. It's sort of whatever you prefer, but what I'll do is, like I said, I'll post both of those workouts. Like I'm going to put all the templates up in the group too, in the Facebook page for people. So you could always look at the one for day 3 and do that. And then just shoot me a message saying, hey, I did it. I did day 3 for at the gym workout or whatever that day. And that's fine. And I'll check the box on my end and I can adjust that way. Do you think that you would be going to the gym more frequently and doing the workouts in the gym, or do you think you would be doing them more at home? Like which one of those would you be more successful with, you think?
Probably more at home because school's actually starting up for me again on the 31st.
Okay.
And so probably with that, so probably after work and stuff, and then I'll be in class 2 days out of the week. So I'll probably end up doing more at home versus in the gym.
Gotcha. Okay. So then what I would do is I would set you up, like I said, for I would say the one that I would send to you through the coaching app would probably be the one at home. But like I said, you can kind of pick and choose, what you want to do from the in the gym workout, if you will, if you decide to go in there. The other part of it is like, you could do all of the that stuff at the gym as well too. So you could keep the normal training program that you do at home, and maybe you just have more variety of dumbbells and kettlebells at HealthWorks than you do, at home. And so you go, all right, well, I'm ready to, move up in weight with this exercise or that exercise. And I know that I need to go to HealthWorks in order to be able to use the heavier dumbbells or the heavier kettlebells or whatever. You can do that as well too.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Of course, of course. Anybody else have any other questions at all? No, we're good.
I think so.
All
Or
right.
I am.
Cool. So what I will do is I'm going to send out an email to everybody in the group with how to register for everything. I will send that out. Like I said, I'll probably send it out tomorrow just because it's getting a little bit late. And that'll have links for like how to join the True Coach app, how to set everything up for payments, all that kind of stuff too. And we'll get the programs rolled out right away for you so that you have them ready to go Monday morning that way too. Sound good? Awesome. Okay, cool. And like I said, if you're interested, like if you can join the group immediately through that link, or if it's something you want to hold off on, that's fine too. I totally understand. However, the downside is obviously like when we're done with the 12-week, program, the rates will go up. So you'll have to jump in now if you want to do that 12-week program. Like I said, otherwise you'll end up waiting another 3 months. And then, like I said, it'll probably be a little bit more expensive the next time around. So cool.
Cool. Thank you,
All right,
Rob.
everybody. Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank
No,
you.
thank you all. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited about doing this with everybody.
Same
All
here.
right.
All right, guys,
Thank
take
you.
care.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.